not excessively.
Right. So let's move to the rest of the show.
Yeah. Anoka Faruqee, and she. This is the same identical painting, but with 3 different grounds. So one is red, well, the other is yellow, and the other is blue or green.
It reminds me of Escher or something like that, right? Those sort of men sort of running up and down stairs kind of thing, the sort of pattern-seeking, pattern-celebrating stuff.
It's fuzz. It really starts to blur out. That's what's really crazy about it.
Usually do we see faces in here? We're seeing, does it excite that? Is there one of those, I hate to bring it down to that sort of thing, but... Or my eyes looking for patterns that...
Yeah, I don't see faces as much, but I get depth out of it.
Yeah, there is a depth thing.
Yeah.
And this work over here?
John Pearson, the great John Pearson, who took these are little suns. Well, they're suns that are made from tiny little suns on postcards. So like when you... He sent me these files just, when he was showing me or telling me about the work, he sent me a postcard. It said like Hong Kong, whoop, careful.
Sorry.
It said like Hong Kong, there was a tiny little sun like the size of a pinhead, like a nail head. And he just goes in there and blows them up and works with them.
So these are made from photographic
little postcards.
pinholes. Is he making them or finding them?
He scans them off of postcards and then blows them up maybe 100 times. And so it's...
so these are just sort of tourist kind of, the images of the sun captured in postcards.
Right, and so his idea is,
So these aren't like scientifically derived kind of,
This is, let's say, a long distance relationship with the sun, where it's placed at such a distance in a tourist photograph, and then he takes it out of the tourist photograph where it's in this imaginary space, and puts it in the room as the sun, I would say.
And this other painter over here?
That's Anoka again.
Anoka again. So it's Anoka and Pearson and 2 other sculptors.
Yep.
And
this is a macro, micro, and Anoka works this way sometimes. And she directs the graduate program at Cal Arts, and so this is like 5 inches, somewhere like that. 5 by 5.
She's building a little maquette of a painting in a way.
And then she reproduces it large, but that's actually 3 brush strokes. And then this is like a ground with. I think she's reproducing the painting, small painting at large.
But not exactly, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
In this small painting, there's like this bottom detail that we don't see in the large one.
Yeah, because that's a I would say a pull painting. This is more of a constructed.
Oh, I see. So one's a gesture made with tools, and the other's
very
in a way a fabrication of it.
Yeah, it's like a.
So they're kind of cross fabrications in a way. If this was seen as a maquette, and this one's a realization of the maquette, in a way, it kind of double backs on that relationship, right? So
yeah,
in a way, this is a simulation of the freshness that's in the maquette.
Right. Or yeah, she would probably say a different freshness, but this is certainly a simulatory, let's say a construction based on a gesture.
So this whole show together, and all these come together. Let me try to capture that again. The title of the show is
Another February Skies.
Another February Skies, and so poetry.
Yeah.
The show was pulled together with a poetic feeling.
It was pulled together with not much time to spare. For one thing, and something else was going to happen this month, and so alas, we have another. So there was going to be something else in here. This is the other thing that happened, and obviously February can be a bit of a gray month, but the sky is important in February. So that's how the title came up. And then, of course, I think that this exhibition was supposed to evoke some bodily experience of the sky without actually with the sky not necessarily making a pictorial appearance.
Well, not to read too much into it, but I think there's a kind of an expansiveness in the elements of the show, right?
Yes.
And in a way that's kind of like, I don't know, that's where I see the February skies at least in here, this.
Yeah.
Well,
the tongue is nice because it gets the body in there, the idea of maybe tasting, and then also the landscape, the body as a landscape. At first I was like, well, how is a word going to read there? And I was so concerned that this show would be too packed or too disjointed. And it was a lot better, it turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to.
I mean, I don't want to read too much into this thing, but, there's something about this thing too, the word tongue, taste is definitely expansive. I mean, if expansiveness is the test for the show, and the way the words each letters of the word they do literally expand out into the space in a very literal way.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was challenging to install at first. So we put it in 3 different places.
Huh, interesting. Well, listen, I think it's best to round this off with a view of the February sky then, isn't it?
Okay, good. Sounds good.